This is Joshana, a driven and outspoken leader at Helensview High School. Graduating early this year as a junior, she's guided by a strong sense of ethics and a clear goal, a future in law. Here is her story.
I think I started last year. I came in a little bit after the start of the school, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, when did school start?
September.
Yeah, so probably around October.
October last year.
Yeah.
It's you've done a lot in only a year, like an
Yeah.
amazing amount. Do
Yeah.
you want to talk about some of the things you've been doing at Helensview?
Yeah, so a couple things I've been doing is I've been really active in like getting my college stuff done, my FAFSA that we worked on together. Last year it was mainly about credit recovery and just catching up because I did come in with only 0.5 credit. Yeah, not great, or like 1.5, but now I'm on track to graduate early from high school, so I should be early graduate. Junior year, guys.
Wow.
2026. Period.
That's
right?
so cool.
Yeah. I like playing volleyball. I played basketball a lot last year as well. I did both. This year I'm more volleyball than I am basketball. I normally have my nails done, so I can't really play basketball. It's a little hard. Yeah, sweaty boys. Ugh. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. That's the school I want to go to for college. After viewing like the campus and going there and meeting people, I think that's where I want to go. While I was there, I kind of figured out really what I want to major in. Although we didn't do too much talking about like political science and, you know, law type. We did have like my group, purple group, and we did talk about a lot of that stuff, like just separately. And I also enjoyed doing that, like, what was my job called?
You got paid to be a leader. You were the hype person. You had to rally everyone.
No, that was Dulce.
No, but you had you motivated.
The morning people, yeah, I motivated people. I did a lot of motivational speaking. Yeah, that was fun. I got to be Judge Joshana, guys. That was fun. Yeah, so that was like nice. I got to get paid to like do what I do best, public speaking, talking to people. Like, I love doing all of that. So it came easy, and I got to do it for money. Like, why not, you know?
Awesome. Was that your first time staying overnight at the dorms at a college campus?
No, so the first time I did it was when I was at Warner Pacific
Right.
doing the enterprise it's like a business thing. Yeah. That was the first time I stayed overnight in college, and that was really fun. I really enjoyed it, and that's kind of why I wanted to do it again at the U of O, because I knew kind of what I was expecting. I knew what the campuses and the dorms were like and sleeping in the beds. So I was like, oh, like that would be fun. And I also got to do it with my friends, and I got to bring Vivi along, which that was really nice, and I think she liked it too. Yeah, so I'm gonna go to college and I'm gonna study. I want to double major in political science and philosophy, and then I want to minor in business. And then I want to go to law school. I'm not sure where yet. And then hopefully in my 1L first year, I want to be in the top 10% of my class, and you have to do that as well going through college and undergrad. And then I want to go hopefully into big law and corporate ethics. Sounds like nice, and then maybe be a politician.
Well, you're a great public speaker.
Yeah.
And did that come natural for you? Were you in speech classes ever, or how did you?
I mean, before Helensview, I didn't really care for school. I didn't really do school. I'm just a really outgoing person. And like, I think part of like just growing up, like I've adapted that like behavior, just, you know, being loud and just kind of that's just how I grew up. So yeah, I'm just like a loud person, so I use my voice a lot. You know, sometimes not good, sometimes great, you know? So we had, they would call it, I think, an interpersonal enterprise. And in our enterprise, we did a safer straw, which is patent pending, my idea. Yeah, I came up with it. So it's a straw, it's a drug testing straw that when you put it into a drink, that it can change colors based off of if it's drugged or not. And it was me and a group of people, and we won first place for it. And I had really fun. I wrote up the business plan. I was CEO and the CMO, and it was really fun.
And so your business plan won.
Yes.
And is it going to be developed? Because that just sounds like a really helpful tool to everyone.
Yeah, I know. I personally would love to develop it, but I don't know necessarily where I would start with that. But I think it's like awesome. Like, I think it's a great thing, and I think that's really important. And I think that, I would love to do that. Yeah, I would love to start it. I just don't know how. I started my first ethics class I ever had. This is like, again, I wasn't into school very much, but I did love ethics. My first ethics class I ever attended was in middle school, I think, like 7th grade. Miss Melanie's class, shout out to her. She's the one that kind of like showed me ethics and taught me about it. And the way I explain it to people is like imagining an umbrella, and there's the pole and there's the lines, and then the pole is you, and then the lines are different philosophies in ethics connecting to the umbrella, which is ethics. So you have multiple different philosophies, and there's never one you just follow, because every day-to-day life, hard decisions you have to make, easy decisions you have to make, they all fall into one moral, ethical dilemma or, philosophy. They're all kind of just different lines. Yeah, so I take Maria's college writing class. I take Maria's other college prep class. And then I take college math with Joe.
You're going to have a lot of college credits before you
Hopefully.
Graduate.
I know. Oh, I've always wanted to be a lawyer, like since I was little. I remember 5th grade, me running around the, field outside. I want to be a lawyer. And I've always been told, like, oh, you'll make a great lawyer, because loud voice, low-key argumentative, but like, that's besides the point. Like, characteristics of a lawyer.
And ethically aware. You have like a strong moral compass.
Yeah, strong work ethics. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Speaking of work, are you working right now?
Yes, I am. Okay, so I work in politics. I work with Counselor Smith for District 1, which is all of Northeast, Southeast, East, and Gresham. And I also work at Starbucks.
How do you have the time to do all that you're doing? You're working District 1 for Counselor Smith.
Yes.
And then you have a paid job with Starbucks.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very busy.
I know. I'm surprised I get the full 7 hours.
That's good for you.
Or 8.
Sleep's vital.
Okay, so previous to working in politics and Starbucks, I worked at the Donald E. Long Juvenile Detention, being the youngest employee there, paid, to work with kids in the juvenile justice system, teaching them restorative justice through a hands-on program called Hands of Wonder. We used to garden. We built gardens for many different people. We built the garden at the detention, and it was a way for them. They got paid $100 per time they came, so dangle a little carrot. But my favorite thing about it was how interesting and engaging over the days, because it would be on Saturdays and Sundays, and there'd be one group on Saturdays and one group on Sundays. But you can tell within the 6 weeks of how long the program was, so the 6 weeks with how long the program is, you can tell from day 1 to day 6 how different they engage, and how when they're first starting, they tend to be really quiet, kind of looking around and swimming out. by the end, they're really leaned in and paying attention and really trying to understand and really understanding their place and who they are and where they want to go in life, and and also teaching them about restorative justice and healthy foods, which was great, because not a lot of kids know nowadays. They just kind of eat whatever. So yeah, I got to teach them about healthy foods as well.
And how old were you when you started?
I started that when I was 15.
Jeez. Hands of Wonder?
Hands of Wonder, Jerry Hunter.
Very cool. Oh my gosh.
We actually built the rooftop garden at the City Hall in Gresham.
Also with Hands of Wonder?
Yeah, that was before I even worked in the City Hall.
That is such a cool organization. I remember you telling me about working at Don B. Long, but restorative justice, I didn't know it was through that garden as well.
Yeah, it was really special.
Cool. Anything else?
No, but there was always something to talk about. I always have something to talk about, but I feel like that kind of highlights specialties. I don't know. Yeah, I know.
Very cool. Thank you so much, Joshana.
Of course.
Hats off to you. You did it. Ta-da! That wasn't hard, was it?
No.